Hello everyone, thanks for tuning into today's second video. We're doing the extended European outlook for today's second video. So this has moved from Tuesday to Wednesday for the time being, due to the fact that we are live streaming out, I'd say the 14th day on a Wednesday evening at 6 p.m. And so that there's some content being uploaded through the day, I thought we would move this from Tuesday to Wednesday. This will go back to its regular Tuesday slot in a few weeks when we begin Strat Watch for the winter of 24-25, but it's too early to do Strat Watches now. They'll start appearing probably in November, I would have thought. So anyway, I'm going to go through the extended EC run for you in a moment, give you your 30-day / 42-day European outlook. As I say, I'll get on that for you in a second. Just say that first, video itself, our 6 a.m. UK weather forecast. I said we're going to be live streaming at 6 o'clock. This evening. We'll live show our 10 to 14 day, do everything we would do in a regular 10 to 14 day. The only difference is that we'll be doing it live for you tonight as opposed to an upload, but people will be able to watch after stream, watch it back as an upload. Right, okay, so thanks so much to ECMWF.int for supplying the charts and the data. Let's crack on with the extended European outlook. We're going to begin with week 1, which is the week that we're currently in, going from Monday the 9th to Monday the 16th of September. So the next week has a trough, or this week, I should say, has a trough of low pressure across much of northern, central, and also eastern Europe. There's a ridge out into the Atlantic, into the far west of Europe, and the jet stream and wind flow doing something a little bit like that coming in from the northwest across the western portions of Europe. Anyway, 500 millibar height anomalies look like this, a trough of below average heights extending through northern and central parts of Europe. A ridge is out in the Atlantic, and the jet stream and wind flow doing something a little bit like that. So, look at this. Widespread cold and average temperature anomalies across many parts of Europe this week. Not something that you see very often. So, yes, we've got France, Low Countries, Germany, and also northeast parts of Spain, all coming out around 3 to 6 degrees colder than average. More widespread across many parts of Europe, we're around 1 to 3 degrees below average, including the UK and Ireland. You've got to go to the extreme east and northeast to find warmer than average temperature anomalies. The core of that is through the west and the northwest of Russia, where temperature anomalies are around 6 to 10 degrees above average, but widespread temperature anomalies of 3 to 6 degrees above average are seen there. And even down in towards Greece and Turkey, with widespreadly above, widespreadly is that a word? Anyway, we're above average quite widely. I think that's what I'm trying to say. Into the Mediterranean, it's below average through, get yourself under control, I'm so sorry, everybody. No, through the rest of the Mediterranean, below average. Italy, Corsica, Sardinia, the Balearic Islands, all coming out cooler than average. The far south and southwest of Spain and Portugal, warmer than average through there, though. And so as rainfall is concerned this week, well, very wet over on the eastern side of Europe, well, from central and also eastern portions of Europe, significantly above average rainfall there, with that big trough of low pressure. It also extends back to Scandinavia as well, so wetter than average through Norway, Sweden, and into Denmark too. Drier out to the west, so Ireland, southern parts of England, Wales, and also large portions of western, southern France anyway, along with Spain and Portugal coming out drier than average. And into the Med, well, it's wetter than average over on the eastern side, so Italy, through towards Greece and Turkey, and also from the Adriatic up towards the Balkans over to Black Sea, all those areas wetter than normal. Again, though, we come back to the western portion of the Med, and we've got Corsica, Sardinia, the Balearic Islands, Mallorca, Menorca, Ibiza, as well as southern France, Côte d'Azur, and into Spain and Portugal, with drier than average conditions seen there. Right, well, week 2 will be the 16th, 23rd of September. So next week sees high pressure building through the North Atlantic and into northern parts of Europe as well. Excuse me, low pressure through southern eastern parts of Europe. Winds coming in from an easterly direction like that. 500 millibar heights, showing an area of above average heights through the Atlantic into northern and west Europe. There's a trough of low pressure through the central portion of the Mediterranean and into southeastern corner of Europe. How are the temperatures looking next week? Well, a warm up in the north, so we've got either the UK going above average, Denmark as well, possibly the Low Countries, Belgium, Holland, Netherlands, but kind of on the periphery. And then, again, the particularly warm conditions, but warmer than average conditions in the extreme northeast. So through the northwest of Russia, through the Baltic Sea states of Latvia, Estonia, Lithuania, along with eastern Ukraine and Belarus, and then northwards into northern Sweden and also Finland. That's where, again, about 3-6 degrees above average. Not warm everywhere, although we do see Spain and Portugal also 3-6 degrees above average in central regions. But then we've got this cooler or colder than average area continuing, which covers the central portion of the Med, the Adriatic, the Balkans, and northwards Hungary, Austria, up towards southern Poland, and also large portions of Germany and France, with below average temperatures seen there. The Med has a three-way split: warmer in the far west, warmer in the far east, and cooler in the middle. And as far as rainfall is concerned, precipitation next week. So many northern and western portions of Europe are drier than average, all the way from Spain, Portugal, through France, into either the UK, over to Scandinavia, and into far northeast Europe, most areas there. So sorry everyone, coming out drier than normal. It's not dry everywhere though. The central and also eastern parts of Europe are wetter than average, and also the far eastern portion of the Mediterranean wetter than average too. Right, week 3 will be the 23rd to 30th of September. More changes with some higher pressure through western parts of Europe then, and maybe some low pressure over on the east side of Europe. Looks like we've got a bit of blocking around Greenland and Iceland as well. And the 500 millibar height showing a ridge building up through the western side of Europe. Probably going to be a trough though through here. Right, well, the temperature anomaly looks like that. So it's a little bit above average in the west of Europe. That's the core of the warmth again in the far northeast of Europe, though. But many areas actually coming out just average or with no signal, possibly even cooler than average, particularly again down into Mediterranean and also around the Adriatic and the Balkans, which is, you know, a little bit unusual compared to the warmth the heat we've had there through this summer. And as far as precipitation goes, week 3, so drier than average, I think, really through the western portion of Europe, although it is a weaker signal for the UK and Ireland, but definitively through France, Spain, Portugal, and much of the western bowl of the Med, but wetter than average over on the eastern side of Europe, particularly focused on the Black Sea. Week 4 will be the 30th of September, 7th of October. All change again. High pressure now slipping down into the Med, with low pressure coming in through the Atlantic into the north and west of Europe. The 500 millibar heights look like that. So below, actually it's low pressure of the Atlantic and across northern Europe, higher pressure down to southwest, and winds kind of coming from a westerly direction there. The temperature anomaly just generally a little bit above average, really, most places when we get through to week 4. So average or slightly above. And rainfall anomaly is looking significantly wetter into the north and the northwest of Europe. So anywhere from Ireland and the UK all the way up towards the northwest of Russia, really, with above average rainfall. And drier than average in the far southwest. Looks like we're returning to a westerly flow there, doesn't it, through the first week of October. Right, well, that's your 30-day look ahead done, but let's go through weeks 5 and 6 data before we go, because why not? So week 5 being 7th, 14th of October, with low pressure towards the north and northeast. Higher pressure is in the west and in the southwest. The 500 millibar height show got a ridge building up from the southwest as well, so that's bringing some drier conditions in or with it to the west and southwest, generally above average temperatures. And rainfall wise, wettest weather looks like it's shifting northward, so possibly turning drier there through the second week of October. And then week 6 I should say, will be the 14th, 21st of October. Looks like that, with high pressure in the North Atlantic around Greenland and Iceland there. Could that be trying to turn cooler and more unsettled again through the northwest Europe, some high pressure down towards Italy. The 500 millibar height shows a bit of a blocking signal out in the Atlantic, so that could be turning cooler or colder even for either north and the west of Europe. Temperature anomaly is lowering back closer to average, and the precipitation anomaly wettest in the far north, otherwise not much of a signal. Perhaps getting a little bit sketchy by weeks 5 and 6. But before then, well, starting off, you know, significantly colder than average. Temperatures are going to recover, though, from next week. It's just a short, sharp, cold shock. And then temperatures will be lifting back up again across much of Europe from next week onwards. Right, well, that's your extended European outlook done. We'll do it all over again next Wednesday. Just say we're going to be live at 6 p.m. with your 10 to 14 there, so I shall see you a little bit later on for that one. But for this one, that's all for now. Thanks for watching, and see you later on.